From page to 3D print, changing modalities and editing H.G. Wells's floor games. Our project, H.G. Wells at Play, consists of digital editions of H.G. Wells's Floor Games, 1911, and its companion book, Little Wars, 1913. Both books detail play using toy soldiers. William Britton had revolutionized the toy industry in 1893 by inventing hollow metal toy soldiers, making the figurines more affordable. But in Floor Games, Wells repeatedly addresses and chastises toy makers, pleading for more civilian figurines, since even the grocer wears epaulets. Floor Games even includes a full-page illustration by J.R. Sinclair captioned "Some Suggestions for Toy Makers." William Britton seems to have responded to Wells's suggestion, delivering a box of civilian miniatures. However, only 2 of the 8 were women, and while there is a policeman as well as what looks like an explorer, the women look middle-class and with seemingly no political agenda. Wells, on the other hand, imagined women miniatures clearly involved in the political and social tensions of the day. Written in the height of the suffrage movement and during a heated debate about the new woman, Wells and Sinclair's suggestions include these once controversial figures. This is where I began to think about how to edit and contextualize these miniatures with the help of one of our own century's revolutionary toy technologies, the 3D printer.
Starting with the suffragette and new woman, we have worked with the artist Tim Schwartz to design 3D printable models of the miniatures. While we originally printed using gray resin, we are going to try plastic to see if it makes the fine details, such as the new woman's cane, less fragile, or if we need to adjust the designs to be more sturdy. In any case, in changing modalities by taking the rough sketches of Wells and Sinclair and turning them into 3D models that will soon be painted according to early 20th century fashions, we've had to think about how to edit these objects.
Wells was critical of the militant tactics used by suffragettes. Alongside the suffragette figurine then, and alongside instructions for painting her in the women's social and political union colors of white, green, and purple, we will provide brief contextual information about both the women's social and political union and Wells's own views on suffrage and women's rights more generally. This contextualization of the miniatures is essential, from the introduction to each figurine to the paints used to recreate the all-important WSPU colors. This is, after all, a scholarly digital edition. The supplementary materials are a part of creating a project that invites, perhaps even necessitates, play with toys, but that also encourages a critical engagement with Wells and his works.
Wells and Sinclair's drawing of the new woman could just as easily be a dandy, but we decided after finding William H. Walker's cartoon from Life magazine that this was indeed a caricature of the new woman. Through mass-produced and cartoonish visual representations in magazines, stereo views, and novels, the media as a whole could, as Elizabeth Otto and Vanessa Rocco explain, make a new womanhood appear somehow wrong, mannish, cheap, or superficial. Wells's new woman in a full suit, top hat, and cane certainly defied gender norms at the time. Once again, it's important to contextualize and edit this miniature by explaining the ways new women were caricatured and villainized by the media.
With funding from Coder at Texas A&M University, we have 3D modeled 3 miniatures. Our goals are to provide an open access digital edition of both Floor Games and Little Wars with freely available 3D models of all 32 miniatures to print and paint. We're hoping to rethink how digital editions can re-necessitate physical engagement with a book, although in an altered 21st century way, and perhaps most importantly, in a way that continues to educate the audience on the political, historical, and social contexts that surround these drawings and their 3D counterparts. Thank you.